Let us do some more questions based on the same topic. The question says the four walls and bottom of a pool are to be painted at rupees 620 per meter square. Now, if length of the pool is 16 meters and breadth is 10 meters and depth is 4 meters, you have to find the total cost of painting. Now, please pay attention to the question over here. It says the base and the four sides of the pool are to be painted. We all have seen the swimming pool. It is in the shape of a cuboid which doesn't have a top. That means we have to find the area of four walls plus the area of bottom would give us the total area to be painted, and we would multiply that area with the total cost that we have been given, right? So let us do this question. Question number 4, total area to be painted. So I'll write total area to be painted would be equal to the two areas that we have discussed, right? The first area would be area of four walls, and adding to this would be the area of bottom, right? Bottom and the walls are to be painted, so I have added both of them. Doing them simultaneously saves the time. Otherwise, you can do them separately. Find area of four walls, find area of the bottom and add them up. I am doing them simultaneously because it reduces my number of steps. Now over here, we will put the formula for area of four walls, that was 2 into L plus B into H, and the area of bottom will be L into B, right? What will be the length and breadth given to us? It is length is 16 and breadth is 10. So I write 16 plus 10 into height is given to us. The height of the pool is actually the depth only, right? So that depth is given to us 4 meters. Now the length and breadth already provided to us were this. So you do 16 plus 10, that is 26 into 4 plus this becomes 160. This becomes 8 into 26 plus 160. On solving you get 208 plus 160, and this comes out equal to 863. 368 meter square. This is the total area to be painted. Now while we have to find the cost also, we would multiply this total area with the cost given to us per meter square. Now the cost would be 368 multiplied with 620. Now if you multiply, then we would get this. Let us exclude the 0, right? Let us multiply. 2 8s are 16, 1, 2 6s are 12, 13, 1, 2 3s are 6 and 7, 6 8s are 48, 4, 6 6 are 36 plus 4, 40, and 6 3s are 18 plus 4, 22. We get 6, 18 plus 3, 11, 8, 2 and 2. So we get 228,160 as the cost for all this, right? Similarly, let us move on to the second question. That is a fifth question over here. That says the circumference of base of a cylinder. Now try and memorize what was the circumference. The circumference was the length of the boundary of a cylinder. So we would write whatever is given to us. Circumference is given to us as 88 centimeters, right? What are we supposed to find out? We have to find the volume of the cylinder if its height is this. Now height is also given to us, which is 15 centimeters. What are we supposed to find out? We are supposed to find the volume. Now first of all, you have to put your focus on, is there any formula possible in which all these three are included? No, we do not have any such formula. Then what should we do? I'll tell you. Then you have to think of what is the formula for the unknown quantity. Now we are aware what is the formula for volume of cylinder. It is equal to pi r square h. Am I right? Yes. Now we know that for finding out this value, we need to have the height as well as the radius. Now over here we can see that we have the height with us, right? But we do not have the radius with us. Now what should we do? We will use the given quantity and we will derive radius out of this. Now let us do this. The circumference formula used to say that it is equal to 2 pi r. Now what are we supposed to do? We will put it equal to 88 and solve 2 pi r. Now putting the value of pi, we get 22 upon 7 into r, which makes 44 upon 7 into r equal to 88. Now 88 into 7 whole upon 44 is equal to r. Now you cancel this out. What do we get? We get the radius equal to 14 centimeters. Now what is the volume now? It will be pi r square, that is 14 into 14 h. H is already given to us, which was 15. So when we solve this, we would get 44 into 14 into 15. Let us solve this out. 44 into 14 would be 4 4s are 16, 1, 4 4s are 16, 1, 17, 1 4s are 4 and 4, 6, 7 plus 4, 11, 1, 4, 5 and 6. Again multiplying this with 15, we get 5 6 are 30, 3 carry 5 are 5 plus 3, 8, 5 6 are 30, 1 6 1 6 0, this becomes 14, 2, 6 plus 3, 9. So what do we get as the volume? 9240. What is the unit? It is going to be centimeters cube. Clear? Now moving on to the last question, question number 6. It says that the rainwater falling on a roof of, these are the measurements given. The roof has the measurement of 40 meters into 25 meters. Now over here the 40 meters means the length of the roof and 25 meters means the breadth of the roof. It says that this much of the rainwater falling on roof of this much length and breadth is collected in a cylindrical tank with diameter 7 and height 10. Now this whole water that was coming on the roof is being collected into a cylindrical tank which has some diameter and height provided to us. If the tank is completely filled, now the tank is going to get completely filled, we have to find the height of rainwater on the roof. Now we have to find whatever water was coming on the roof, it was collected in the tank, but the tank is got completely full now. So they are asking how much water was there on the roof, that is the height of the water on the roof. Now how do we calculate this? First of all, you need to understand that volume of water on the roof will be equal to volume of the water in the cylinder, isn't it? That is what we are saying now. Whatever rainwater is falling on the roof is getting collected in a cylindrical tank. That means whatever water was there collected on the roof is the volume of the water. That amount of water is already now going into the cylinder. So the volume of cylinder will be equal to the volume of roof. That's what I have written. Now you would need to understand what will be the volume of the roof. Now tell me, the water that will be collected on the roof, what shape would it be in? It would be in a cuboidal shape. Yes. So the volume of roof can be written as length into breadth into height, whereas the volume of cylinder we know will be written as pi r square h. Now what do we need to find out? We need to find out the height of the roof over here. So I will write it hr and this is hc. Now put the values that are being provided to you. 40 and 25. I'll place them here. 40 and 25. I'll keep the h of the roof as it is because this is what we had to find out. Now what will be the value of here? Pi is 22 by 7 into, what is the radius? See, if 7 meter is the diameter given, can you tell me what will be the radius? Yes, radius will be just half of this diameter, that is 3.5. So I will write 3.5 into 3.5. Why 2 times? Because it was already given radius square. Now what is the height of the cylinder? It is 10. So I will write here 10. Now on solving, how do we solve this? HR will be equal to 22 into 3.5 into 3.5 into 10 whole upon 7. Now these two values were getting multiplied over here. So when I take them to the other side, don't you think they will get divided? Yes, they will get divided. What do we get? 40 into 25. Now we just have to solve this part and we will get the height of the roof that we had to find, the height of the water that was collected on the roof. Now let us solve this out. 7 0.5 times. Now this 25 and 10 can be also cut. 5 2s are 10, 5 5s are 25. Still we can cut this out. 0.7. Now, is there any further cutting possible? No. Then let us stop here. Then 22 into 2 becomes 44. 5 sevens is 35 with 2 decimal places, whole upon 40. Now, let us multiply this. Before multiplying, if possible, please simplify it. That reduces your calculation. So, this has become now 35 into 11, that makes 5 and 3, 5, 8 and 3. That means this becomes 3.58 whole upon 10, right? Why? Because 11 and 35 comes out to be 385 and you have 2 decimal places. So I have put the 2 decimal places. So this becomes 3.58 whole upon 10. That means this is coming equal to 0.358 meters. Why meters? Because in the question every measurement was given in meters. That is why the height of the water that we are going to get as the answer will also come in the unit meters. So this is how we solve the questions based on volume and surface areas.